Chapter 62-95. At this moment, Nicola stared at Charlie and said in a loving tone, "Charlie, revenge for your parents is not the most important thing for the N family and the Wade family. The most important thing for our two families is that you must live in peace. So you must remember that revenge is important. But it must be under the premise of ensuring your own safety. If you need to risk your life, this old man would rather not think of taking this revenge." Then, Nicola said, "Charlie, you are the only blood left by your parents. Your mother was the best of all my children. Your father in your grandfather's eyes must have been the same. So the blood in your body is the best blood of the N family and the Wade family. No matter what, this blood cannot have any accidents. Otherwise it will be an immeasurable loss to our two families." Zheng Chuan couldn't help but agree and said, "Charlie, your grandfather is right. Revenge is not the most important thing, living well is." Charlie understood what the two old men meant. But for him, since he was 8 years old, he regarded revenge for his parents as the ultimate goal of his life. He had been forbearing for so many years in order to kill his enemies one day. If he gave up just because of the danger, he would never forgive himself in his heart. However, in front of the old man, he naturally couldn't say that he wanted to fight Victoria to the death. So he followed the words of the two and said, "Grandpas, don't worry, I will be absolutely cautious." The grandmother on the side couldn't help but say, "Charlie, you also heard what your grandfather said just now. The bloodline in your body is the only inheritance of your parents. You are not young anymore. You must hurry up and pass on your bloodline." After that, the old man asked again, "Charlie, when do you and the girl from the Wilson family plan to have children?" Charlie touched his nose awkwardly and said euphemistically, "Grandma, we don't have this plan for the time being." "How can this be possible?" Grandma said anxiously, "You are almost 30 years old. Even if you want a child now, you will be 30 years old when the child is born. It is already too late. Why don't you hurry up and plan?" Charlie naturally couldn't tell his grandmother that his marriage with Claire was originally just an arranged marriage by the old man of the Wilson family. Claire got married with him out of filial piety. But after marriage, the two have always been respectful to each other. In the past few years, the relationship between the two is not like lovers, but more like relatives. As for when to have a child, it is not up to him at all. What's more, Charlie really has no plans to have a child now. Victoria's strength is far above his own. And the reason why he is not in great danger now is entirely because he is in the dark. Once exposed in the future, there will be great danger to his life. In this case, what's the point of having a child? What's more, the warrior's den has entered a dormant period. And it seems to be calm. But Charlie knows this period is a tricky thing for him. During the dormant period, the warrior's den remained silent. So it was difficult for him to find any clues related to it. The airline registered in Singapore that was found before was also completely shut down. And all the planes were grounded. As long as the other party did not lift the dormant state, it was impossible to capture its trajectory. Originally, it was an active situation where the enemy was in the open, and he was in the dark. But now it has become an equal situation where he is in the dark and the enemy is also in the dark. In this way, he has no advantage. Moreover, according to Charlie and Maria's inference, Victoria does not have the evergreen pill, and her lifespan is less than 100 years. After this, her personality will definitely become more and more impatient. If one day she loses her mind and personally goes after his grandfather's family, he may not be able to protect anyone in the N family even if he might die, being unable to protect himself. Therefore, let alone his marriage with Claire, which was not normal. Even if it was a normal marriage, he would not dare to have a child at this time.